and this morning we're joined by Ben and Taylor, who co-wrote, and Ben is directing Peace Country Harvest, another Hallmark parody musical. Good morning to you, Taylor.
Hi, good morning.
And good morning to you, Ben.
Good morning.
All right, got to turn you up a little bit. There we go. Now we're rocking.
I'm pointing at the microphone now.
Welcome to the show. I'm again in this show, so we could sort of talk to each other about this thing that we're all partaking in. Another Hallmark parody musical.
Yes, sir.
Tell us all about this, because of course there was the Peace Country Christmas, which was a Hallmark parody musical. This is another one. Tell us all about that. What does that mean?
Well, last year we were lucky enough to join Stage North and put together Peace Country Christmas, a Hallmark parody musical. And we were pretty shocked in a really positive way by the response that we had from the community.
Absolutely.
The number one piece of feedback I get from that show are wives being like, my husband was so upset that I made him go to a musical until the first number where he realized it was about Fort St. John and was a musical for him, and he loved it and then wanted to come back. And so then we are responding now to community feedback that asked for more, which we're super grateful for. So there wasn't a slot open for Christmas this year, so we wrote a fall-centric Hallmark parody musical.
Yeah.
Peace Country Harvest.
A lot of fun. And I mean, it's interesting to me. Again, I'm partaking in the play as the sort of narrator, playing a version of myself again. And you saying, some of the feedback you got was the men who were dragged to the play were like, wait a second, this is for me. And I see a lot of that reflected in some of the humor in this once again. And I'm not going to give the jokes away, but there's a lot of just great Fort St. John man jokes in this play, I have to say. That the guys will be like, I laugh, but sort of recognize it. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty big compliment, I think.
I think that's just you being very observant of the jokes 100%. We make in the streets.
I'm still the newcomer. I've been here for 3 years, and I've just spent my 3 years here soaking it all in. And I have to say, I'm a little bit proud of some of my insider Fort St. John jokes that I wrote for this one. Yeah.
Now, I did want to ask you about this. I mean, again, it's another Hallmark parody musical, but it's not like a sequel or anything like that. It's just another sort of segment of Fort St. John peace humor and a kind of a completely new story, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about this story? I obviously you don't want to ruin too much, but it kind of in in general, what are we talking about?
Absolutely. Here? And I always like to say it's live theater, so I could tell you beat for beat what happens.
Sure.
You go see it live, it's still going to be great.
It won't be that,
But to start off, Taylor went on a very inspired 30-day writing marathon to get this whole thing down. So you tell them about.
All right. So Peace Country Harvest, another parody musical, follows the aptly named Autumn, who is a Fort St. John native who's made her way to the big city, where she's become this big city fashion magazine writer. And she finds herself pulled back to Fort St. John after her aunt, which we've taken some liberties with some local standings here. Her aunt is a made-up woman named Rose Powery from Rose Prairie, who just happens to run the Wilms Sunflower Festival and Pumpkin Patch. So she's pulled back here after her aunt has an accident in order to help out with the Pumpkin Patch, at the same time trying to salvage her writing career back home. And she, runs into a lovely farmhand here, and sparks fly, and
there's a few of those around here.
We've met a couple of those guys.
It's our major export.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And by the way, thank you so much for the line Rose Powery from Rose Prairie that I have to say night after night. Anyway,
you're very welcome.
Is the big city Edmonton? What big city do they venture off? Oh, you can't.
Well, no, I mean, she's in Vancouver is the big city. However, Edmonton gets a pretty solid shout out as well.
They sure do.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no jokes about Edmonton. There's just, I'll leave it at that.
There's just some big love for Edmonton.
Yeah, okay.
Lots of jokes about Vancouver, though.
Vancouver,
just so everyone's clear, okay?
Vancouver didn't even cross my mind.
I'm
sorry.
Emma's from Edmonton, just to be clear. So.
And I should be clear, I'm from Vancouver, and so, I'm allowed to make fun of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the rule, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No one else can, but you
know.
We've also expanded our local areas we discussed, because there was some discussion of Dawson Creek in Peace Country Christmas. This one, we bring up Tumbler Ridge, we bring up Chetwynd,
Fort Nelson.
Fort Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we reached out to a few more local cities to get.
Yeah,
them
and I
involved.
mean, even kind of, I think there was in the first one too, but even just kind of rural areas get kind of little shout outs in
Yeah.
terms of where the action is happening and stuff. So,
Yep.
I don't know what else there's to say other than, I mean, we got to get tickets, which are on sale now. Tell us about the variety of shows, because of course this run double the length of what we
Double
had
run.
last time now.
Okay. For our opening night, now I have to pretend I know numbers, is this next Friday, which is October 25th.
24th.
24th.
You're
See,
close.
I knew I was going to.
Yep.
Friday, October 24th is our opening night, and we have Friday evening shows. We have matinees on Saturdays.
At 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m., thank you.
And it is a family-friendly show. So if
Yes.
you've got kids, bring them along. Matinees are for kids to come to. So we know they'll be a little rowdy, and you might have to take a break here and there. It's fine. I'll be bringing my 2 and 4-year-old on a matinee as well.
Then we have the second weekend of shows, which has a Halloween show, which I wanted to point out specifically that if you're humming and hawing, not sure what to do on Halloween, our show will be from about 7:30 to 9:30. Won't take up your whole evening, and I think it's a very exciting way to spend your Halloween.
And you can come in your costume. We'll all be wearing our
Absolutely.
costumes.
There
so-
you go. And by the way, I should say, mention, just in case you didn't happen to see the first one, first of all, don't have had, it's not required viewing that
Not
you
at
missed
all.
the first one. And second of all, I think the word for this, jukebox musical.
Oh, right.
Jukebox musical, I should
Yes.
say. So we will recognize the songs even if the lyrics have been altered a bit to sort of fit what we're doing. Is
That's
that a
right.
good way
We-
of subbing it up?
That's right. We stole from popular music, and we tried to have a nice range, but we know that there's a love of country up here. So you'll get your Tim McGraws and
We got Tim McGraw
yeah,
on there
you
again.
get a little Sabrina Carpenter. You know, we're spanning across many musical genres.
And musical eras, if I could be honest, too. So
Yes.
there's a little bit of something for everyone, literally, in this show. So
And I will say we get Dub up on stage a lot more this time
sure
around.
do.
Yeah, I've heard lots about the dancing rehearsals.
Yeah, Dub like Alan is our amazing choreographer. If the show looks good, you know, from a visual standpoint, it's because Alan's dances are so fantastic. But every time Alan gives a new dance move during choreo, I hear Dub just start swearing under his breath.
He came into work the other day and said, they want me to do something different with my hands and my feet.
Yep.
that is hard to do, okay? Let me just tell you.
On top of it, how many times that the music starts and you have to run up a flight of stairs to get onto the stage and then start dancing. So
Yes.
I apologize for blocking you that way.
Or run back and then just be like, okay,
Yeah.
But, you know, we're getting better. It's getting
Right.
easier the more I do it. So
Do I have time to say one last
Of course,
quick thing?
yeah.
One thing that's been really special this time around, again, because some people remember the last show, is that we've just had like so much engagement with other members of the community and other businesses in the community. Stage North has a lot of incredible sponsors, and we're super, super lucky. And then on a smaller scale, we've had the blessing of the Wilms to use their name, and we're hoping to do some fun things with some pumpkins, as they weren't able to have their pumpkin patch this year. So keep an eye out potentially for some fun things at the Cultural Center.
Oh.
And we've just been so grateful for all the different groups in the community that we've been able to connect with, and people giving us their blessing. I may have messaged Trevor Bolin yesterday to let him know that he's being made fun of in the show a little bit. So also kind of sort of got his blessing on that. So
yeah, it sounds like it.
yeah. So we're just very
Awesome.
grateful for everybody who's supported the show. And it's a nice way to engage in the community and group a bunch of us together.
Wonderful. All right. Well, you can get your tickets now at npcc.bc.ca, or, of course, visit the North Peace Cultural Center box office when they open in about an hour or so. Ben and Taylor, thank you very much for being here. Final words,
you.
one more minute if you got something else to say.
Well, I noticed we pointed out that Alan Miller-Janot's a choreographer who does amazing dances, and Michaela James did our music direction, teaching everyone their songs. And tickets, are they all the same price?
No, they're $25, or they're $20 for students and seniors, and I think $15 for kids.
Sounds right. There's usually
Nice.
a bit of a discount.
Yeah,
So.
so we're trying to keep it
We always try and keep it affordable for you.
We just want people to come out and see a little bit of fun in Fort St. John.
Absolutely. Ben and Taylor, thanks for being here this morning.
Thanks
for having us.
Shane.
Want a brighter smile?